This is your good buddy DJ Clive, the Ranma 1/2 character profile guy, saying welcome to Dailymotion once again. I took a little bit of a hiatus from the commentaries for the past couple of weeks. This will probably be my last commentary for a while. I decided that I'm wasting a lot of time with this and I should really be devoting all my energies to the Ranma Saotome profile. Because that's pretty much in high demand and pretty much all I have left to do. So I'm kind of like in limbo right now. Besides the projects that Jara White and I are putting up, I'm not really putting out any new profiles. So, and excuse me for my voice, I have a little bit of a cough. I'm just getting over the cold from hell, which has really hampered my progress in doing these things. So, hopefully the production will come together a little bit quicker once I get well. Had a lot of choices for this week's commentary. I decided to settle on the creepy profiles of Ranma 1/2. This one we're watching right now is the Kogane Musashi profile. This is the beginning here is of course a very obvious takeoff of the movie The Ring, which came out like in the late 90s, I believe, early 2000s. This was one of the things that got this video kicked off of YouTube, I believe. What we're watching right now is a second version that I did. I had to revise it and just take out any semblance of similarity between the actual Ring video and that video. Because I actually had used some clips from the movie in there. And while they're still in there, I just grained them up a little bit and I zoomed them in at points, so they're really unrecognizable. So I think because of that, they let it go. I think another reason why this got pulled was because it had a song from Batman the Animated Series in the beginning, which is a Warner Brothers property. So I had to switch that out, and I actually put in a tune from an old Super Nintendo game in its place, Shadowrun, which never really was a favorite game of mine, but I thought the music in it was very creepy, so I decided to give it a go, and it worked pretty good. And if I were to really get into movies, like making movies professionally, I think I would be going the scary route because, I don't know, I just get kind of a bizarre kick out of just presenting a disturbing product. And with this character, it gave me a lot of opportunities for doing that. If you ever need to put together a Ring-style video with lots of disturbing imagery like the stuff that I was showing, look no further than the show Wonder Shozen. I believe it was either an Adult Swim show, or I don't remember what channel it aired on, but it's on DVD right now. It is a extremely demented Sesame Street parody, which has all sorts of creepy images pop up and all sorts of like really gross cartoons, and it gets to the point where it's so disturbing it's funny. And that DVD was worth its weight in gold because I used it again and again in different profiles for different images that I needed to show. Now, if you remember right, this profile was a part of a gigantic special called Ranmaween that I did a few years back, which profiled all the really creepy characters and monsters of Ranma 1/2. And this marked the first time that I did profiles in such bulk, that I was able to make so many of them and just stockpile them for a gigantic special. If you remember right, I did a couple specials before this, but it was always like one profile a week. When I did this profile, as well as the profiles in the Bit Character Month 2 special that I did a while back, I was in such a weird groove that I still haven't been able to get back. Because I guess because of all the special effects that I'm in, control of now, and my new software is a little bit more unuser friendly. But yeah, I don't really put out profiles as fast as I used to, and that and the fact that I'm a homeowner now and the house takes up a lot of time as well. And you chalk up to that things like, me putting aside an entire vacation from work that's 7 days for me to do profiles, and then stuff like this happens. This kind of stuff always happens to me. Either I get sick and it's a super cold that won't go away, or there's some kind of crisis at the homestead that takes up all the time, and I end up not getting anything done, which, it gets my goat. Even today, I'm I'm still getting over my cold, and I have an entire day ahead of me to do a profile, and I'm just so sluggish about getting started. Because this particular profile I'm doing requires some physical labor on my part. I have to set up a green screen, I have to clear a room up, and I swear I'm still gonna do it. I'm just putting the kibosh on it for as long as I can because I'm just lazy and my legs hurt. But that's a whole other story. Let's talk about this profile a little bit more because it's about to end. This whole end sequence here that you see was completely redone from the original because I didn't like the way the music was in the background here. Originally there was a song in the background from an old SNES game called Legend of the Mystical Ninja, which was a theme to their graveyard level, and for whatever reason when I looped the music, it sounded great in the player window, but when I burned it to a movie, the music skipped, and it skipped again and again and again. It wasn't just one time, and it was quite annoying, and I couldn't just let it go while I was making this entire elaborate redo. So I decided to go back, redo the audio for this, and instead I put an Earthworm Jim song in the background, which worked a lot better in my opinion. It really goes with the quirkiness that is Hikaru Gosenkugi and Kogane Musashi. To those of you who did not get the reference that I made with the whale and the bowl of petunias, that is actually a reference from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. That was a clip from the new movie that came out. But I was always a big fan of, well, not always, my friend Ron at work got me into it. I was a big fan of the original series, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. A lot of the humor still doesn't hold up, but it's interesting. To those of you who are interested, I'd say give it a couple episodes, and if you're not laughing at anything by episode 3 or 4, then bail out. But it's definitely my kind of humor, just really weird and really smart. I'm surprised they put the bit about the whale and the bowl of petunias in the movie, because that was a weird, quirky scene that I'm sure a lot of people wouldn't get, but they decided to put it in anyway, I guess for the super fans. Here comes the part of the video that my wife really does not like, where I open my eyes and it's nothing but black. A simple effect. I just went into Photoshop and blacked out my eyes. I really wish I could use Photoshop better because, especially now, I got a profile coming up that really needs me to use it, and I have this, I'm looking at it right now, this Anime Studio 8 that I have yet to hook up to my computer, but hopefully I can use that because it's going to be the only way I can achieve these effects that I need. Now can you see the difference in quality here? This is Shadow Ranma, the profile I did for him. And if you remember, this was yet another part of a gigantic special that I did. This one was Bit Character Month 2, in which I actually achieved 18 different profiles in 1 month, which is absolutely crazy. Originally it was just 16, but I was continuing to do profiles as I was running the special. And I put out 2, the Shirokuro profile and the Kin Ono profile, as I was running the special. So it turned out to be 18 profiles, which was absolutely monstrous. And it amazes me that I was able to do this in as little time as I did, because I was just starting to learn how to use a lot of different special effects. And the whole thing with the reverse vision and the colors being swapped, that was all easy enough. The voices, on the other hand, were a little bit problematic. If you've watched other commentaries, you know how I slow up my voice by now, but let me try to explain it again. I have in my Pinnacle program an option that lets you slow down your voice so you sound like this. So what I have to do, because when you slow down your voice, you speak slower as well, and it's not going to really match anything on screen. So I had to do all my audio first, slow it all down, and then save it as its own movie. Then when I was ready to do Shadow Ranma, I plugged the audio back into the movie, and then I sped it up, but held the pitch. So now I was talking at a regular speed, but my voice is still slow. So that's how I was able to do it. The voice kind of crackles at points, and at other points it slows more than I would like it to. But I think for the most part it made this profile unique and really put a creepy spin on it, which is what I was after. Looking back on it, I don't know why I really made the choices that I did. I guess maybe because I figured that I was dealing with something really crazy here. This character isn't just some creepy character. We're screwing with dimensions here. Ranma could really be destroying the world and not knowing it. And I thought that should have some kind of bearing on how the profile was told. The voice, it was off, the colors are off. It's almost like he's breaking the fourth wall and just completely busting the profile up. Except for this scene here. I don't know why I left the negative vision out of this scene. That was purely accidental. This was not intentional right here. See, as you could see, I go right back to it. It was just an oversight on my part. I really paint out Shadow Ranma to be Ranma's ultimate enemy here, that he matches every one of his movements, and you know, he can't be struck. No matter how many times you swing at him, he can't be hit. And I wish the anime kind of delved on that a little bit more, that aspect of him, that he was just so elusive and that he was an unbeatable enemy. I find myself saying that a lot about Ranma these days. I wish, I wish, I wish. But you know, I just love that first season of Ranma where it was multi-episode story arcs. They took the time to tell a story properly. It wasn't done in this smash-mouth style you see here, where the problem had to be presented at the start of the episode and then resolved by the end of the episode. They took their time, and this villain, this whole story arc here could have been amazing if they just, you know, if they just didn't beat around the bush and tell it properly, and if they didn't rush through it. Jumping back to the profile, a lot of people like the music on this one. I tried to find the scariest, creepiest vibe that I could find for this profile. The music that I used in the end right here is actually from an old movie called Dark City, which one of my all-time favorites that I haven't seen it in like 10 years. It's been that long. Great flick. But I don't remember anything about it. And I used the WWE theme for Gangrel the wrestler, and I used a theme from Star Fox, which I really had to go out of the way to find. I had to download a special audio player in order to use it, and then rip it to an external DVD burner. So I really did my homework for this profile. A lot of work, but you know what? I'm never scared of work when it comes to these things. I just like them to look good, and you know, if that requires me doing a little bit of a, you know, monkey work, then so be it. And that brings us to the end of yet another Ranma 1/2 character profile commentary. This is your good buddy DJ Clive, the Ranma 1/2 character profile guy, saying to everybody out there in Dailymotion world, adieu. It's gonna be a little bit before I put out another one of these. But like I said, I eventually plan on doing a commentary on every one of my profiles. So for those few of you who are interested out there, I do it for you guys, and I do it for me too, because it's fun and it's a nice exercise. Helps me to get rid of this stutter of mine, just to talk, you know, casually. And you know, I'll get to work on the Ranma Saotome profile, and I'll devote all my energies to Ranma month. I just hope that I can get better, and you know, because I still have a sniffle, still have a lot of mucus up there. And I'm sure you guys out there wanted to hear that. So this is me. Thank you for waiting through all the annoying commercials that I'm sure Dailymotion has put all over this. I hate this crap. I think I went into this on another one of my my commentaries, but I really hate it. Dailymotion, if you're watching this, you suck for those commercials. I mean, why do there have to be commercials on everything now? But I'm getting into a tangent here. This is no way for me to say goodbye. But goodbye, everybody. This is your good buddy DJ Clive once again, saying adieu and life is Ranma and all of that. And I hope you guys are doing well. And that is it from me. Sayonara, and I'll see you again on the flip side.